The reservoir is uniformly transported to the bucket elevator by the frequency feeder. And the bucket elevator elevates the brown to the temporary storage tank. The reservoir is weighted by the dosing scale after it is taken out from the temporary storage tank, and the accurate processing weight is recorded. After that, the brand is transported to the cleaning griddle by the feeder to take out the impurities. Cleaned brand is transported to the roller magnetic selector by the bucket elevator to remove iron trump. Then it is sent to the double-deck material distributing scraper and distribute the brand to the floral product separation sieve. There are layers of different mesh griddles. The griddles make circling motion, broken rice, fine broken rice. And the brand were separated by different mesh griddles, and they were sent to the temporary storage tank by the collection scraper. Clean bran sent to the tempering pot by the clean bran collector scraper. The rice bran tempering pot is a multi-layer structure. The trim spread from the bottom inner layer to soften the bran. Softened bran is sent to the embedded scraper conveyor, elevated to the extruder filling. Pre-treatment materials will be sent to the sealed spiral conveyor by horizontal scraper conveyor by horizontal sealed screw conveyor. The material needed to be extracted will be sent into the material storage tank through conveyor. While there has a rigid material level control system inside the material storage tank, the rigid material level control system controls rotor side tractor frequency motor speed. And ready to extracted material will be arranges in the reorganization. The rotor cell extractor interior designs material level, adjusting an anti-penetration device. The material runs a circumference and then discharged through the outlet. The wet meal will be elevated into the wet meal sealed screw conveyor. And the sealed screw conveyor will send the wet meal into DTDC desolventizer, where the DTDC desolventizer is controlling by pre-desolventing layer, drying layer, cooling layer. Each layer designs automatic material level control. The material meal will be discharged into the meal discharging scraper conveyor, and the discharged material meal will be elevated into meal library. High purity solvent is sprayed into the lube extractor by the first stage spray system. Sprayed material enter into the drip dry section of the extractor. The low concentrated mixed oil in the bottom of the first frame back bin is pumped by number 1 solvent pump, and sprayed to the top of material in the second frame back bin, and so on. Low concentration mixed oil is sprayed circularly. The oil concentration of the solvent decreases and the mixed oil purity increased. High concentration mixed oil from the bottom of the second frame, which on the top of the lube extractor. Pumped into the mixed oil centrifuge. Go into the fixed oil continuous filter after removing the big impurities. Go into mixed oil temporary storage tank after removing little impurity of oil. The mixed oil extracted by extraction pump, which goes through crude oil counter, and transported to the pre-evaporator. which is heated by the solvent gas heat from the DTDC. The mixed oil presents rising film state when it goes through the stainless steel tubes. The solvent gas is separated by the vapor-liquid separation on the top of the pre-evaporator. After first time concentration, the mixed oil goes into the temporary storage tank. The number 1 evaporator extraction pump sends the mixed oil to the heat exchanger. After that, the oil is sent to the number 2 evaporator. This evaporator is heated by indirect steam. The mixed oil presents rising film state when it goes through the stainless steel tubes. The solvent gas is separated by the vapor-liquid separator on the top of the number 2 evaporator. After second time concentration, the mixed oil goes into the temporary storage tank, and then is pumped to the steam tripping tower by the number 2 evaporator extraction pump. Through a disc shunt inside the steam tripper tower, the mixed oil forms thin films on the stainless steel disc, and the extracted crude oil is further concentrated to achieve the state standard. The extracted crude oil from the steam tripping tower is conveyed to the oil heat exchanger by the steam tripping extraction pump. After the heat exchange, it is sent to the crude oil temporary storage tank. The meal from the extraction plant is sent to the packaging scale by the horizontal scraper conveyor and packed. The extracted crude oil goes into the refining plant and temporarily storage into the crude oil tank. The crude oil pump pumps the oil into the crude oil filter. Filtered oil goes into the energy-saving heat exchanger. Dry oil in the crude oil exchange the heat, then sent to the crude oil heater. After temperature rise, the crude oil goes into the oil-acid mixture. Ratio merit phosphoric acid inside the mixture intensively mix with oil. Acid refining oil goes into the acidification tank to have a delayed acid refining reaction. After the reaction, the oil goes into the lime mixture and intensively mix with ratio merit alkali liquid. Mixed oil goes into the alkali refining reaction tank to have delayed reaction. The alkali refined oil is sent to the alkali oil heater by the pump. After temperature rise, the oil is sent to the degumming centrifuge. By high-speed centrifugal separation, the soap is separated from the alkali refined oil and recycled by the liquid tank on the first floor. The alkali refined oil comes into the oil-water mixture after intensive mix with ratio merit water. The oil entered the dehydration centrifuge. With a high-speed centrifugal force, the soap water is separated and sent to the comprehensive water knockout tank to be processed. The oil enters the drying oil heater. After heated, goes to the vacuum dryer. The vacuum dryer machine with vacuum system. The moisture inside the oil is rapidly removed and dried. The oil, after dehydration, is pumped into the drying oil tank for temporary storage. The transport pump conveys the oil to oil heat exchanger to exchange heat with the dewaxing liquid oil. After that, the oil enters the crystallization and maturing tank. The dewaxing crystallization and maturing tank is a vertical structure with a stainless steel snake tube inside to lower the temperature, matching with the PLC cooling curve to ensure the crystallization achieves the best effect. The crystallized oil is conveyed to the diaphragm filter by the screw filter pump. The wax oil through membrane filtered and inside pressed, so that the wax separated from the filter with the automatic pulling plate open, and is transported to the second floor wax oil tank for temporary storage. Then it is conveyed to the oil plate heat exchanger by the dewaxing oil pump to exchange the heat with the dry oil. After that, the oil will be sent to the oil heat exchanger to exchange heat with the deodorization oil. and then goes into the dewaxing oil heater to get oil heated and temperature-raised. The decolorization clay is transported to the temporary starter tank by the pneumatic system. The clay will be added to the pre-mixed tank after it was measured by clay dosing system. The clay and oil are fully mixed in the pre-mixed tank with the vacuum state. Mixed oil enters the decolorization tower. The tower matching with vacuum system adopts a powered structure. Dry steam stirring makes the clay and oil fully mixed. The mixed decolorization oil is transported to the blade vibration filter by decolorization oil pump. The blade vibration filter internal adopts stainless steel 304 mesh. The decolorization oil passes through the stainer and exported by the oil conduit. After that, the compressed gas explodes to dry the clay. Then the discharge valve in the bottom of the filter will be opened to discharge the waste clay to the temporary room on the first floor. Decolorization oil goes into the back filter to get the secondary filter. Filtered oil goes into the gas cylinder to remove the air and vacuum state. Then the gas extraction pump conveys the oil to two oil heater exchanger to exchange heat with the deodorization oil.
After that, the oil will be sent to the conduction oil heater to exchange heat with high temperature oil, and then enters the physical deacidification tower.
After the deacidification oil enters the tower, the grease separator equally separates the oil, and the oil drops into the corrected packing. The oil forms thin film on the packing. Fatty acid vaporization inside the tower. The fatty acid gas extracted by the vacuum system and sent to the condenser for condensation recovery. The deacidification oil is conveyed to the conduction oil heater of the oil extraction pump to get secondary heating, and then transported to the physical deacidification and the deodorization tower. The physical deacidification and the deodorization tower structure combines the deacidification tower and the deodorization tower. After the secondary deacidification on the top, the oil flows to the deodorization tower at the bottom. The man-mount pump ejector design inside the deodorization promotes the oil and the steam fully contract to separate the light constituent gas from the oil in the high vacuum system. The deodorization oil is thrice transported to the oil screw plate heat exchanger, the extraction pump, to exchange heat. After heat exchanging, the oil enters oil plate heat exchanger, and finally comes into the oil water cooler. After polishing by the polishing filter, the cooled deodorization oil enters the deodorization oil temporary starter tank. The deodorization finished oil is pumped into the degreasing crystallization tank by the finished oil pump. After crystallization, the fatty oil is sent to the thermal discharge filter by degrading filter pump. The thermal discharge filter separates the stearin from the oil. Degrading oil is transported to the finished oil temporary starter tank, then is pumped to the product oil tank area or filling plant. The fatty acid gas from the acidification tower and the acidification deodorization tower is conveyed to the fatty acid catcher. After centrifugal separation, the fatty acid liquid from the fatty acid recovery system straight to the fatty acid gas. Fatty acid liquid is recovered to the temporary starter tank. Through the fatty acid pump, it is sent to the outdoor fatty acid tank. Back oil in the tank area will be filled after measured by the oil discharge system. Product oil is packed by the filling machine to the bottles. Automation control room is set inside the plant area. The production line controlled by the PLC system to finish production.